waiting to write their names in the books of history as they kick things off here. Stoic can make it a bud for the final time of SWC 2020. Take it away.
Here we go, guys. We've got MR.CHUNG and we've got GAIA. This is the SWC World Championship final, and the pre-bans have already been locked in. Ganny and CR getting pre-banned here. GAIA hovering over to lock in a Hathor.
And as I said, he is penciling in that Velojoule there. He's penciling in that Velojoule, but he's kind of deciding with Light Monkey. Maybe they're having fun and flashing units back and forth as they're thinking. Could be one of those things. What's interesting is I don't think I've seen GAIA take Hathor at all. And he has now laid down a Hathor. So very interesting deviation. I think GAIA is going to be leaning into Chiwus later. So he could be leaning Chiwus, and I think also some Beast Riders would not be bad here. A Violent Barber would eat this comp alive, but I'm not sure if his is violent. He does go with the Beast Riders, goes with the Savannah and the Laura.
Definitely like that Savannah and the Laura. MR.CHUNG with that Velojoule and the Vigor with 2 more units after seeing that Savannah Lauren coming out here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not actually sure about the Lauren here because Lauren is not that great when there's too many buffs. And also, MR.CHUNG changing directions completely, splitting the Lauren Verd combo, and Verd's also incredibly good into Savannah Hathor. So really like MR.CHUNG's draft at the moment, minus the dyssynergies with Vigor and Leo.
Yeah, very interesting draft coming out of GAIA right now. So he locks in. He's going to be bringing a double Beast Rider to the field with a Daphnis right next to that Barbara. MR.CHUNG bringing back that Light Monkey King.
So Leo has to be the ban from GAIA's side if he's brought in a second Beast Rider here. Leo also does Leo also is pretty decent into a Lauren because Lauren's speed debuff doesn't do very much here. So I see Leo being banned out, and that's exactly what happens. Daphnis is being taken out because MR.CHUNG doesn't really have a way to deal with the Daphnis off the bat. So we'll see if GAIA is going to be able to take advantage of his turn 1 here, or if MR.CHUNG is going to be able to trap him with the Light Monkey down the line.
Well, both players are going to be going with the resistance lead, and we're kicking it off with our first match in the final. Barbara's taking first turn for GAIA.
Yeah, so Barbara does take that first turn here, and GAIA is going to be able to actually potentially take the lead here. Does not get the strip, which is absolutely huge, but he has a Hathor following up.
Definitely has that Hathor following up as well. Looking to pump a little bit of damage into that Velojoule. We're going to see this third skill going out. He needs to get the full sleep and attack bar reduction on that Vela. And he does. Gets full team sleep here. Vigor's going to come in out with that second skill. No additional turns for anybody.
But again, RNG just always on the side of MR.CHUNG. He is the king of RNG. Had his Vigor been stripped earlier, this would be a totally different game. GAIA finally getting some RNG with double procs. But wow, what a proc from that Light Monkey.
Light Monkey King coming in, putting everybody to sleep here from that Violent proc. Definitely a great proc. Here comes that third skill with Vigor, not landing that defense break. But the Velojoule is going to be getting an additional turn here. He cleansing up and boosting up his team.
I mean, back-to-back procs from the Light Monkey into the Velojoule. I'm not sure what GAIA can do here in the face of so much RNG. It's almost like the result has already been determined. I mean, that's just so much RNG from these two. GAIA looked to be in a commanding spot, being able to take out that Vigor, but unfortunately, RNG just said no.
That's right. This Light Monkey King's going to be shutting down this Lauren. I'm sorry, not the Light Monkey King, not just yet, but this Velojoule is going to be here shutting down this Lauren. Verdio looking to help cycle his team, give more attack bars, but we got this Giant coming out looking to put everybody down once again, but the Bobber is going to be the one staying up here, looking for a defense break on top of the Bobber, not receiving it though. Velojoule looking to pummel some massive punishment damage into the Bobber as well. Verdio trying to cycle just a little bit. Can we get a first skill stun? Not this time.
Yeah, and this one's already over. There's speed debuffs on the side of GAIA's team, and everything on MR.CHUNG's team is pretty high in HP, and he's got a Verd that's pumping and giving a lot of attack bar. So MR.CHUNG has this one, but so much RNG going his way, and of course, that's how you win at SWC.
Yep, most definitely. You can see the damage coming towards this Bobber right now. Hathor was able to get that for, second skill sleep onto the Vigor. Light Monkey King looking to finish off the Bobber. Not just yet, but I think Velojoule is going to be doing the trick here. There you have it. And Vertiheel is going to be pummeling the damage into the Savannah next. GAIA sitting back, thinking about this next match already. Round 1 is going to MR.CHUNG. Yep, well, here we go, guys. We're getting into round 2 with Mr. Chung and GAIA. You can see the pre-bans from last time. Ganymede and CR getting pre-banned out. And we have new pre-bans coming in. It's going to be the Gianna and the Chiwoo getting pre-banned out this match.
Yeah, so Chiwoo being pre-banned, signaling that Mr. Chung could potentially lean into the Velodual even more in this matchup here. Goes with the Ganny, which does synergize very well with the Velodual later so that he can keep immunity on his team for a very long time.
Ganymede is going to be the first pick from Mr. Chung. GAIA is going to be responding with a Hathor and Fran, not letting Mr. Chung get that Hathor here. Mr. Chung very quick to bringing back that Velodual in the Praha this time.
As noted, Velodual going to be a key unit in this matchup. It's going to be interesting to see when that Verd comes out. If a Lauren comes out, is GAIA just going to lay both down? Sierra is a great pick here. It's a little weak into Velodual, but if it is tanky enough, it can survive here. GAIA completely changing directions and going with the Molly here.
Yeah, I was not happy to see that Molly there. I was actually hoping to see some sort of secondary strip coming out of GAIA, maybe even the Bobber of some sort.
Bobber would have been interesting to see here, but also, I mean, at the same time, I think Molly's okay because Mr. Chung has not brought in a lot of damage. Molly's actually quite good into this team, assuming his units are tanky enough. GAIA needs a form of damage though. Vertihile's not very good unless he goes and bans the Vigor. Then he might be okay here. Instead, he goes with the Acromo, which is also acceptable, but this signals to me he's almost letting that Ganny and Light Monkey through and potentially taking out the Vigor, which would be a little interesting. I could also see the Velodual being banned out, assuming you're going to think that your Hathor goes through. But my initial thought of the Vigor being banned out is exactly what happens. So tough call, but I don't think Mr. Chung has the burst to get through a Molly. I don't know how much RNG you're going to need to get through that.
Yeah, but we're going to find out, guys. Ciara and Vigor are the ones getting banned out here. We're going into round 2 with Mr. Chung and GAIA. Can GAIA take a match away from Mr. Chung? Finally, we've got Fran taking first turn.
And this is a match that's going to take a long time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see this go to 70 up, 70 down because we have a Molly, we have an Acroma, and we have a Fran, and we have a Hathor. None of these units do a lot of damage. So we're going to have to let the game naturally tick down for them to start doing damage.
Here comes that third skill coming from Ganymede to get the reset onto the Fran. Get the attack bar reduction everywhere. Big third skill is going to be coming out from this Light Monkey King. Choosing to go for a second skill instead.
Yeah, so much glancing and anti-crit coming from the side of GAIA, plus the passive heals from the Molly, plus more active heals coming out from the Fran. I mean, both teams, both players have lots of heals and lots of everything. It's just going to come down to that burst that can happen at the very end of this game.
Yep, there's that giant net once again, only getting the sleep and control onto that Hathor, but a nice stun on top of that Fran.
A nice stun on that Fran, but unfortunately that shield is just too strong here. That shield is still up on that Fran. Mr. Chung perceives that Fran as being squishy. That shield still holding strong. Again, no damage on either side of the field here.
No damage whatsoever. Both teams have a lot of sustain as well, especially with that Praha as well. Light Monkey King hoping for some stuns out there, and the Hathor is the only unit to be stunned up. Despair stun comes out onto the Fran, but we got Hathor with the additional turn though.
Hathor with the additional turn, and if anything, I think GAIA's in a slight advantage in the long game because Fran is very good in the long game, and at the same time, GAIA's healing is a lot better than Mr. Chung's. Mr. Chung's healing does not really give him the ability to sleep everything and really do a lot here, so I do like GAIA's side in the later stages of the game.
Most definitely, but this Light Monkey King missing a stun there with that first skill, gets the additional turn as well. Third skill is going to be coming out there. Only unit to be sleeping, though, is the Fran.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Mr. Chung is focusing the Fran. I would like to see him actually go after the Acroma because the Acromas tend to be built a little squishy here. You see this one's also a little bit low on HP, so that might be the correct target. It is providing anti-crit with that passive, so it is quite hard to deal with. But he's decided to go after Molly here. I guess Molly's also acceptable, but he just needs to think about later in the game, how can he prevent healing?
Yep, GAIA getting his fair share of additional turns as well, trying to do a little bit of damage to that Velodual. You can see the all or nothing coming out, getting the stun on top of the Hathor and this Fran as well. You can see the cleanse coming back onto the Fran. Fran looking to get an attack break on top of that Light Monkey, getting a little bit of attack bar pushback as well. The Lancing's going to be coming out here, not landing on top of that Molly.
Yeah, so Gandy does have skill 3 coming up soon, so that's going to be a lot of momentum and a lot of turns in a row that Mr. Chung's going to get. Light Monkey also has its skills up, so Mr. Chung may have a window of opportunity here if he can string together enough turns. So we might not see this go to 70 up, 70 down. At the same time, though, this Veladril is taking a lot of damage from Mr. Chung.
Yeah, the Veladril is definitely taking a lot of damage here. Fran able to get this additional turn here as well. I mean, we might see that heal cleanse onto the Molly, just to keep that Molly up nice and high. No, choosing to go for an attack break on top of that Light Monkey King, pummeling more damage with the additional turns coming from Molly as well.
And that's a very, very big proc for that Molly. Means that he's going to be able to survive. Not a lot of damage going on there. But again, everything's at full health. Again, Praha heals everything up. But again, we're seeing this attack going up, HP going down, coming to work here. Fran getting quite squishy at this point in the game.
Yeah, it really is. Fran's taking a ton of damage right now. Able to get the glancing, looking for more attack bar pushback on top of the Gaia.
Yeah, and interesting here that Gaia really lacks so much damage that he's not able to pressure anything of Mr. Chung's here. And that slow debuff is doing a lot. It's allowing Mr. Chung to take a lot more turns over his opponent. And that Fran might drop here with that Praha moving in front of Molly.
It really is. It's a very strong slow coming from this Light Monkey King. I think what Gaia needs is also a ton of additional turns to get out of all these despair stuns that he's getting with this Praha. Hathor finally landing a third skill. A Chroma looking to focus out a unit here. Might even go with a second skill, get the silence on top of the Vela. I'm sorry, he goes for the Ganymede instead, but does land that silence on top of the Gany.
Interesting choice to go after the Gany, but I think he wants to remove that Gany Light Monkey combo here. And at this point in the game, everything melts, everything does damage. So makes a lot of sense here that Gany is silenced up. So unless it procs and RNG keeps going in the way of Mr. Chung, he will be losing a unit.
Ooh, no additional turns coming from Gany or that Vela. Is this going to be enough to finish off the Ganymede? And it is. The silence is going to come out onto that Light Monkey King as well. Hathor with the skill 2 sleep, and it does land on top of that Veladril.
Yeah, so Mr. Chung still proccing there, still proccing, still going, but it doesn't matter. Gaia takes that down with lots of healing.
There we go. Gaia is going to be taking round 2. It was GG there on. So well done, Gaia, finally taking that second round. The first defeat for Mr. Chung as well. Pre-bans coming out, guys. We're going into a game 3. Mr. Chung and Gaia. Ganymede is going to be pre-banned, and Ciara is going to be pre-banned.
Ganymede and Ciara pre-banned. It'll be interesting to see if Gaia ends up dipping into Beast Riders. We really haven't seen him much in this meta. I really like the way he's adjusted, taking Hathors that we haven't seen in previous matchups. So great adjustment by him. So at this point, Gaia's really showing us that he can play any style. Remember, in the first match, he did get incredibly unlucky with his drafts. So if he were to try out the same draft again, I think he would be successful. So look to see if he adds in that Savannah and Lauren here as he did in the first match.
Well, hovering over at Chiwu right now, looking to lock that in response to seeing that Veladril and Vega coming out of Mr. Chung. Locks in a Barbara here.
I like the pick. I mean, Chiwu alone, if Chiwu goes off, it enables everything under the Chiwu. So Chiwu almost has to be the ban here. And Barbara alone can kill a unit. I believe Gaia's could be on Violent here. And then Mr. Chung going with the Leo Verd. I mean, interesting to see this meta turn into a Leo Verd meta. Gaia could be thinking about banning out. The ban has to be one of the 2 units. And this is going to tell you a lot. This tells me that the ban is going to be on the Leo. And we're going to see Gaia look to pop something.
Yep, double Beast Riders coming out for Gaia, also with that Lauren as well. I mean, that is 100% confirming a ban on top of that Leo. This could be an anything pick here, and it is going to be a Light Monkey. He loves this Light Monkey King pick. It's going to be wrapping up Mr. Chung's draft there, and the ban is on Leo and Chiwu.
I mean, this is the same draft we saw in game 1 here, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's the identical draft. We're going to see a lot of open ups from Gaia here. He should be able to take advantage of the situation and lock down Mr. Chung's team.
Oh, guys going for an attack buff lead. Is that going to be enough to finish anything off here? We have got Barbara taking first turn for Gaia. Can he get a nice early upset on Mr. Chung? We're going to find out. Does land that strip on top of this Veladril.
And now he's got a Lauren and a Savannah to open up holes for the Hathor to sleep the team. We know from the previous match that these units move in front. So if he can strip that Vigor here, he's going to be able to sleep the team and pretty much take this one home.
See if he gets that strip on top of this Vigor. He really needs it. Does not get the strip, but he does get the additional turn.
Yeah, he should not be using skill 3 here. Let that Hathor take the skill 3. That's exactly what he's going to do. Probably wants to lower the attack bar on that Light Monkey down to 0 and take it down next turn. But again, RNG in the side of Mr. Chung. Mr. Chung should have lost that Vigor there. Should have been stripped, but was not stripped, and that's massive in this matchup.
Yep, that's right. You can see the damage is going to be focused down onto the Vigor. That's going to be the unit of choice, of course, because everyone else is going to be sleeping here. Savannah looking to really take advantage of the defense break on top of the Vigor. Isn't going to be enough here. Can Hathor drop this Vigor? Not just yet, but I think Barbara's going to be doing the trick.
Wow, and that Veladrol proc is massive because now there's going to be a Light Monkey doing AoE with a Vertihouse supporting this and slow debuffs on the other team. So I think Mr. Chung with the RNG again might be able to steal this one away.
Just maybe he might be able to steal this one away. Looking for a little bit of damage coming out of that Savannah. Punishment coming from Veladrol onto the Savannah, dealing a little bit of damage here. Possible first skill stun. No stun, but the additional turn with the Light Monkey King finally landing that stun. And Vertiheel looking to pummel more damage in.
So many additional turns from Mr. Chung, getting that double poke into the Savannah to kill it here. And also that Lauren and Barbara not proccing at all. So super unlucky. And again, that Light Monkey going off here.
Yeah, really is going off. Light Monkey King is a big fan of proccing right now. GAIA just stepping back and just seeing what's going on right now. Light Monkey King looking to finish off the Savannah here. But no, choosing to go for a stun onto that Lauren. The dot should be enough to drop the Savannah. We've got Vertiheel probably looking to drop that Savannah now.
Yeah, this is a lot to take in. This is quite... Oh, and that's a huge proc. Able to proc and probably lower the attack bar of the Light Monkey.
See if it does, and it does get the defense break as well. Hathor with no additional turn, but we've got Veladrol with a third scale Sanctuary getting the cleanse, attack bar pushback coming out.
Yeah, does not get the stun on the Barbara, so the Barbara might be able to take out a unit. Does need to resist this.
Yep, Lauren looking a little low right now, and that Vertiheel is going to try and take advantage of that Lauren. That is very, very low. We have the Barbara Prime River with that second skill. Is that going to be enough to finish off the Light Monkey King? Not yet, but you get the additional turn as well. Can he drop this? Light Monkey King still holding on.
I don't know why he decided to use skill 1 over skill 3 there. Should have used skill 3 on the Light Monkey to take it out of the picture. Definitely a very greedy play and being punished for it here. Your opponent already has RNG on his side and you decide to let him off the hook here. There is no way GAIA can come back from making that mistake. Had the chance to take out the Light Monkey, but did not take it.
Yeah, looking for the stuns here on that Barbara, not receiving it, but the additional turns from this Vertiheel coming out, looking to pummel the damage into this Hathor. GAIA with honestly a very big mistake at this point because we shouldn't even be looking at a Light Monkey King right now. And this Light Monkey King is punishing him. Lots of stuns, so much RNG, all the additional turns. Round 3 is going to Mr. Chung.
Every move before you make it to make the optimal play. You want to think through everything here. There's $80,000 on the line.
Well, we've got new pre-bans going into round 4. We've got a Gianna and Chiwu pre-ban.
Yeah, I mean, these pre-bans make sense. We saw this in game 2. GAIA so far has been drafting very well. I wouldn't be surprised if he can again outdraft Mr. Chung. The question is, can he at least have equal RNG or make better decisions in the game? That's how he's going to need, what he's going to need to do to be able to come back and win 2 and become the champion here. Right now, we see Mr. Chung leading out with the Ganymede, likely going to follow that up with some sort of a Praha Veladrol as we saw earlier.
We're going to see if GAIA is going to be taking the Hathor away, splitting it from Mr. Chung, not allowing him to have that Gainy Hathor. Chooses not to take the Hathor this time around, going with the Franciara.
Interesting pick of the Franciara. It tells me that GAIA is going to try to pop a unit off the bat with Beast Riders here. He needs to play aggressive because he's going to be facing Gainy Hathor, potentially Light Monkeys down the line. So he really does need to go that way. He doesn't have a Chiwu to kind of make that happen. I have not seen him take Chung Peng. But I think this looks to me like he's trying to go aggressive here if he's going to let his opponent take Gainy Hathor.
Well, guys, hovering over a Vigor. Let's see if he chooses to lock that unit in. He's got one more pick, and it's going to be a Vertiheel after seeing the Praha and Veladrol.
Yeah, Vertiheel very good into Veladrol, as we talked about earlier. So that's a great pick. And then Vigor, of course, giving that speed buff, allowing him to take more turns. Wouldn't be surprised to see Mr. Chung go with the Light Monkey, and then I don't know if a Hathor would be taken, but if he does take a Hathor, he's going to intend to ban the Fran. Instead, goes with the Barbara, which also makes sense. Lots of threat coming out from that unit.
Most definitely, bringing the Barbara, and of course, that Light Monkey King. We've seen this in almost all of Mr. Chung's matches.
Yeah, and so it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out here. Savannah's the last pick. Savannah's a great pick here. It tells me the Barbara is likely going to stay on the field here. We might see the splitting of the Gainy and Light Monkey, and that's exactly what happens. But this Barbara is a lot of threat here. I think the Barbara might even move in front of the team It'll depend. This will come down to the speed of the Fran versus the speed of that Barber there.
That's right, but GAIA's got the speed lead here, guys. We're getting into round 4 with Mr. Chung and GAIA. Mr. Chung could win this and be our champion of this year, but we're going to find out if GAIA can hold on. Vibra is going to be taking first turn here.
And RNG swings the way to GAIA here. That is a huge resist because it means that Fran does not get opened up on, but actually due to tuning, Praha needs to go and strip here and take that risk of Vertihile Revenge.
Well, we don't have that Vigor getting stripped out here. May have a second skill, maybe setting up for a defense break on a unit.
He definitely would defense break if he thinks his Verd's going to follow up, and that's exactly what happens. Verd does follow up. There's going to be an attack buff bomb coming soon. So great read of the speeds by GAIA here, able to take down this Praha off the bat.
There's that attack buff bomb, and there you have it. The Praha is going to be dropping from the field. Definitely not going to be seeing a third skill just yet on top of that Ciari. You're going to see the Glancing coming out for sure, and Sanctuary is coming out for Veladril, buffing up his team.
Yeah, Mr. Chung doesn't really have an answer to Fran and Sierra and Vigor and together like this. Even though he does have the ability to do damage, he does have to go for that defense break. Does get it, but of course Fran has the heals, and there's no way he's coming back.
Ooh, just like that, round 4 is going to GAIA. Gianna's going to be in play this time. You can see the pre-bans from last time. Gianna and Chiwu getting banned out. Light Monkey King is going to get banned out here, and a Ciara.
Interesting ban on the Light Monkey here. GAIA's taken out the Light Monkey. I mean, it makes sense because he doesn't have a Light Monkey here, but he may be thinking about splitting the Ganny Hathor in the ban phase or just taking the Ganny straight up, which is not something we've seen yet. So he's kind of improvising as he's going, which shows that he doesn't have the draft suit out. He's going by feel, but so far he's been doing pretty well.
Well, Hathor and Veladril getting drafted by Mr. Chung. Obviously, the Ganny's being taken by GAIA here. In response to Hathor and the Veladril, he's going to be taking a Vertihile Viga.
So he had two options there. If he wanted to go with the outspeed route, he can Chiwu Oki or Chiwu something, Chiwu Beast Rider. If he wants to go with the slow route, he goes with the Vigor and Vertihile there. So he decided to go the slow route. I would not be surprised to see the last unit be a Molly if Mr. Chung does not bring another source of damage. So Mr. Chung probably needs to bring another source of damage or a piece of healing at this point if he wants to tangle with GAIA in the late game.
Ooh, we're going to see a Gianna in Praha coming out for Mr. Chung. Very interesting choice of the Praha.
I do like the Praha is interesting because it allows him to strip that Vigor. It does allow him to auto-attack that Verd somewhat, but again, remember the Verd does revenge. It's on double revenge, so 30% chance to hit back. GAIA goes with the aggression route, does not go with the Molly route, which is very interesting here. He's decided that this tells me he's going to be banning the Gianna, outspeeding the rest of the team and looking to cycle is what this tells me.
Yeah, very aggressive with double Beast Riders, wrapping up GAIA's draft here. Mr. Chung bringing in a Leo to counter both of those Beast Riders.
Yeah, so I think Leo is going to need to be the ban here. When he takes a Leo like this, that almost signals a ban on the Verd, but it doesn't have to be that way. Leo is a force ban though, because Leo's so good in 3 of GAIA's units. So that has to be the ban here. We're looking at a situation where if this Gianna gets enough bombs off and things are slept, GAIA could be in trouble.
Well, the resistance lead's coming back from Mr. Chung. Accuracy lead for GAIA. This is round 5 with GAIA and Mr. Chung. We've got Gianna taking first turn here, getting the stuns, but the Vigor's able to proc out of a stun here. Possible second skill coming out. Got the anti-crit and that speed buff there, but we've got Praha ready to strip it all.
Yeah, Praha does not want to strip and risk the Verd revenging. He knows he's on a 30% chance of revenge. That's why he took his time. I think he should have gone for it because he does have that Hathor follow-up anyway, so that proc Verd revenge would not be so devastating. But these speed buffs are going to allow GAIA to come back into the game and outpace his opponent's unit. So kind of a misstep by Mr. Chung there not to strip with the Praha.
Well, Veladril is going to be here, ready to push his team forward, looking for a little bit of damage instead of trying to strip with first skill too. We've got Vigor with that third skill. Possible defense break is going to be coming out, looking to put it on top of the Veladril, dealing massive damage with that Vigor as well. We have possible spare stuns coming from the Praha. Not coming in here though.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive damage onto that Veladril. But again, this Vertihile's also not on Violent here. So if this Vertihile's not on Violent, it's going to take a lot of damage. Vigor doesn't really have skills up. I think GAIA's in a lot of trouble.
Guy may be in a lot of trouble for sure. And we've got more additional turns coming from MR.CHUNG's units. The Veladrol is able to proc after getting the 3-turn immunity up on his team here. And we've got Gianna trying to cycle a little bit of attack, or not cycling any due to the anti-crit buff there. And once again, Praha is going to be doing the exact same thing. A lot of damage coming towards that Vigor here.
Not getting a proc on that Vigor is massive there, because at this time, Praha does have the ability to sleep Gaia's entire team. It does move in front of everything. That's why he saved that skill there. And Vigor does resist though, which is very helpful for Gaia.
Yep, Praha was able to get that third skill off, putting everybody to sleep here, healing up that Veladrol even more though. You can see the focus right now is still trying to get rid of this Vigor as quick as possible. And that third skill is coming out, getting that defense break with additional turn coming from Savannah. Savannah trying to take advantage of that Gianna, and does so. Bomb gets set off on top of that Vertiheal. Vertiheal does not get stunned up.
Wow, what a turn of events. This Savannah proc down was able to snipe out Gianna. Gianna did have third skill stun, so huge proc. RNG went from MR.CHUNG to Gaia here. That's a huge turn of events.
Massive turn of events. Unit of focus right now is going to be that Vertiheal. You can see Vegas trying to apply a little bit of damage coming towards that Praha. Veladrol with enough damage to drop that Vertiheal. Got a Seal Magic coming out here. Going right on top of the Veladrol.
But again, that Hathor does have skill 3, and that is a very oppressive sleep there. MR.CHUNG is able to down that Savannah or down that Vigor. That could be the end of Gaia. That's a huge Despair stun too.
Ginormous Despair stun. That's going to be the damage he needs to get rid of. If he can drop that Vigor, Gaia is definitely going to be a ton of trouble here. Looking for another Despair stun. Gaining so much attack bar here. May even get a third skill to sleep the Savannah as well, but no, finishes off that Vigor because he doesn't need it. Veladrol is going to be pummeling the damage atop of that Savannah. We still have a skill 2, putting that Ganymede to sleep here. Possible Despair stuns coming out here. No, decides to go with the skill 3, putting, only putting that Ganymede to sleep.
Yeah, but Gaia doesn't really have a way to deal with this Veladrol. This Veladrol's fire does a lot of damage, and once that Savannah's dismounted, there's not going to be much in the way of Gaia to be able to take units out, so he needs to do a lot of damage right now, but he's not getting procs right now. That's exactly what he needs to come back.
Yeah, Praha looking for a script, not getting it on top of the Ganymede, though. We have Hathor looking to be dropping soon. Let's see if he can get the Hathor here with the Ganymede. Does drop that Hathor, does get the additional turn as well. Looking to get some glancing on top of the Praha. It's not going to matter because he has to take down this Veladrol, and this Veladrol is going to be real strong with this Savannah that has knocked off the beast. Oh, there you have it. That Veladrol smashing the Savannah away. Ganymede's not going to be able to finish off anybody here. Sanctuary's coming out. Gaia knows this match is going to be lost here.
And it's over. Gany can't take out Veladrol. Gaia is going to lose. MR.CHUNG is going to be your champion. RNG just too much today.
Definitely too much, and just more additional turns. Wrapping it up here, MR.CHUNG is going to be this year's SWC champion.